Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Coming at y'all back to back with the content. And I just wanted to chat with y'all because with all of the violence that be going down in school, with all of the bullying, with all of the school shootings, there's just a lot of stuff that be going down in school. And they've had discussions about teachers coming to school armed or whatever, and more people are starting to wake up and realize that when it comes down to the school system, that it's not really like all that helpful. I was just wanting to chat with y'all because I know that there's some of you parents out there and some of you teachers out there that still be wondering why kids are not excited. Well, some kids may be excited to go to school, and then you got some kids that are not excited to go to school. But if you want to talk about a percentage, I would say a more percentage of kids are not really excited to go to school. And here's the reason why. If you want to know the reason why, this is the video you need to watch. Watch this video. Yeah, I mean they're bored. They're bored in the classroom. And a lot of these kids are starting to wake up and realize that with a lot of the stuff that they're being taught in school, they know that this is information that they don't need to know. Like I said before, reading, writing, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, learning how to count your money, knowing about fractions, knowing about percentages, knowing about decimals, knowing about the difference between a numerator and the denominator when it comes down to fractions. All of that is important. But when you're learning sine, cosine, and tangent, and even when it comes down to the formula for Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, I mean, Pythagorean theorem is basic math, but it's also the type of math that you don't like use on the daily basis. And yeah, one of the main reasons why kids are not excited to go to school is because they know that they're being brainwashed. They know that they're being brainwashed, and they know that this is information that's not gonna like like help them in the long run. Some of these kids already know this stuff, and some of these parents know this stuff too, and teachers. But you see, when it comes down to teachers, like their job, because for example, when it comes down to high school, teaching geometry, teaching algebra, teaching calculus, like as a teacher, their job, like if the students are not paying very close attention and it's a class that they need in order to graduate, the teacher is going to let them know that they need to pay very close attention to this, because if you don't, you can get completely lost and you're going to struggle, which is factual. But at the same time, they need the course to graduate, but at the same time, they don't they're not gonna use it in their real life unless they want to become an engineer or something. But yeah, and also too with the bullying, like kids going to school and they get bullied, and then there becoming a day where all of a sudden out of the blue, they just snap out of the blue, like bullying. They don't want to snap. They don't really want to beat up a bully severely. Like bullying is another main reason why kids are not excited to go to school. And these parents don't really feel safe sending their kids to school if their kid is not going to be safe, because with all the school shootings that keep on happening, like a lot of these parents are looking into homeschooling, a lot of these parents are looking into virtual schooling. If you ask me personally, I honestly feel that homeschooling and virtual schooling is better, which virtual is pretty much the same thing as homeschooling. You're just doing it on the computer, on the laptop. But yeah, and that's another thing too. During the pandemic, like you had no choice but to do homeschooling, because during the pandemic, there were people that were getting sick and there were people that were dying from the you know what. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't say the word because you know how YouTube do, but yeah, but other than that, if you were a teacher or a parent and you wondering If you're still wondering why kids are not excited to go to school, that's pretty much the reason why. Bullying, school shootings, not feeling safe, being brainwashed in school, learning a bunch of information that they don't need to know, being bored in the classroom, being around a bunch of students that they don't have nothing in common with, that they don't click with, not being able to protect their energy. Somebody is messing with them, somebody is bullying them, but it's hard for them to protect their not injury, but energy due to the fact that they're around a bunch of students in a classroom and the teacher may partner them up with that student. But yeah, but that's pretty much all of the reasons why kids are not excited about going to school. I mean, if you a parent and you know more reasons why kids are not excited to go to school, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section. If you got some more reasons, feel free to add them. But that's pretty much all of the stuff that I know, like the school shootings, the bullying, being brainwashed in school, being bored, learning a bunch of stuff that they don't need to know. That's pretty much all of the reasons. But yo, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, like the video. And again, my new song, Create Your Own Reality Part 3. It's on my YouTube channel and it's also on my SoundCloud. And it's also on my TikTok also. You can follow me on SoundCloud at WileyG. And you can follow me on TikTok at WileyG25. Yeah, love y'all.